Hello trainers, Ganeto here with some quick and fast content on the new Obstruct move for Obstagoon. So we're gonna see together how cool this Pokemon is gonna be with Obstruct in Great League and Ultra League. So 2 leagues for this video. Those battles are gonna be practice battles with some members of the community and subscribers from this channel. So we're gonna use each time a unique team, and you're gonna see how Obstagoon can adapt on certain situations. And I asked from my opponents not to go in there with triple charm or triple counter just to destroy down my Obstagoon, so keep that in mind. And now we're gonna focus on the battles. So on the first battle here we have Obstagoon, but also we have Drapion, and because they switch into Swampert, I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna bring Obstagoon into the fight and start doing some solid work. So Obstagoon with Obstruct is gonna debuff the opponent's defense while buffing its own, and that's why it's gonna be a unique move. And you can see that on Great League we can absolutely take one of those hydro cannons while still surviving the second. This is absolutely awesome. After the first buff I was hoping I can farm down here, but that was not happening at all. So Swampert is gonna take us out. Marowak is coming in, and now we have a Drapion fully loaded on energy, ready to unleash it, and we're just gonna take this victory because this Pokemon is gonna be amazing, Shadow Drapion, but we're here for the Obstagoon, right? So yeah, let's finish off this fight as fast as we can. And as you're seeing this battle unfolding, just be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel before you go, because creating this content that fast, yeah, that was absolutely time breaking for me, because I do not do stuff like that, but this is a new move and I was pretty excited for it. Anyways, moving into the next one, and this time I'm gonna test Obstagoon on a triple pseudo counter team. You all know this team from Great League. It is actually pretty meta, and I have Deoxys up in front, followed up by Obstagoon and of course Vigoroth as a safe switch. So my opponent here decides to go for the switch out to Azumarill. I still cannot bring my Obstagoon to the fight because Azumarill is a very bad counter to any dark type, especially a Pokemon like Obstagoon that has nothing to throw at it, only Gang Shot, and I do not carry Gang Shot. So I tested Obstagoon with Cross Chop and Obstruct. I decided not to use Night Slash, and then after my battles I learned that Night Slash Obstruct is gonna be a better moveset for Obstagoon, but I thought that Cross Chop will give you more coverage, but still you can still win certain matchups with your counters and buffing your defense with Obstruct. So keep that in mind when using a Pokemon like Obstagoon. You do not need that other moveset. Just go with Double Dark and I think you're gonna be just fine. So my opponent here decides to go in with that Altaria, and this is gonna be pretty trouble making for me, because we have to go now for that last second Psycho boost. We cannot do that, and now we have to block the potential Moonblast. Hopefully it is a Moonblast, we block the correct move, and now we're gonna go for the Obstruct. Let's see if this can change some things up. We're gonna do not so much damage. You can see that Obstruct doesn't do a lot of damage. It is gonna be a pretty weak move for PvP. I don't know how it performs on PvE, but for PvP it's pretty weak. So we have to take note of that they have one shield left. So here comes now Registeel, and things are kinda settled for us. I wanna go here for the back-to-back cross chops, but it still makes no difference. So on Great League, Obstagoon really seems to struggle. So let's call it Obstruggle. Haha, bad one. Obstagoon really struggles on Great League, so this is not gonna be a meta, especially the open meta, for Obstagoon to succeed with Obstruct. Now let's focus on the final battle for the Great League with Nidoqueen up on the lead. Earth Power is gonna be blocked by this Deoxys successfully, and now we have our Sableye followed up with a switch to their own Obstagoon. Okay, let's see, do they carry the move Obstruct? I'm just gonna take the first one. I have nothing to worry about anyways. So here comes the move. It is gonna be a Night Slash, no Obstruct at all. Perhaps no Community Day move on their region yet. So I'm pretty sure I can take one. I'm not sure. Okay, let's take it. Okay, we can survive it. Perhaps the Undercharge there. They want to farm a little bit more. And now we have the Foul Play, which was not excellent, but still able to finish off. Hopefully. Down goes Obstagoon, and now we're returning with the Deoxys. Okay, so Deoxys now has to face our Obstagoon. This is not a very good matchup for us, but what I want to do here is to go for the Obstruct, debuffing the opponent, and look at how little damage it did to that Scrafty, but the good news is that this Pokemon now is double debuffed, once from the Obstagoon and once from the Nidoqueen. So now we're just gonna block here the potential foul play, which is good for us, I guess, and now we can farm down. At the back there is gonna be this Deoxys, which is fully loaded on energy, so we have to go with the debuffs. I have to shield most probably here, but I decided not to. This is gonna be a mistake, and right now I'm gonna go in with now the Obstagoon. If I had shielded this one, well, perhaps things could have been much easier, but still now you can see that we can go for an Obstruct and deal some nice damage to that Deoxys. Obstruct is a very weak move, and you can see that still doesn't do enough work against Deoxys. But anyways, we're gonna take this victory with Obstagoon against a pseudo counter Pokemon. We're gonna focus now into some Ultra League battles, and let's see together how cool Obstagoon can be on that part of Go Battle League, because I really believe that Obstruct Obstagoon can work better on Ultra League. So let's see together how this can unfold for us. Since now my opponent decides to go with the lead option of Giratina, we're having a very good lead and we just have to stick around. So here comes now my Seed Bomb from the Trevenant. We take a shield, and for some reason I decided to shield here, which is a bad choice. So we're gonna block the move, and they're gonna make the switch out to the Blaziken, meaning now that my Tapu Fini can absolutely start farming down all that energy. Brave Bird is imminent. Yeah, everything is much bulkier here on Ultra League, and that's why a Pokemon like Obstagoon can do solid work against Ultra League. First of all, we have the Moonblast coming in. We're gonna take the shield out of them, and now at the second pace we can go in with our Obstagoon and start debuffing our opponent while buffing our own defense. This is absolutely awesome, and that means that against certain threats like Giratinas, like Registeel, and perhaps like something like a Walrein or a Trevenant, Obstruct can be a very good move on Ultra League. Not only Obstagoon is gonna outbulk a lot of opponents just like it is, but also with Obstruct you are just gonna outbulk any other threat, something like a Charizard, something like a Swampert, which is gonna be absolutely awesome with the moves. Taking 3 moves instead of 2 to faint is absolutely gonna work only on the advantage of Obstagoon, meaning that Obstruct has some play on Ultra League. On Great League, not so much. You saw that it can get easily walled down by specific Pokemon like the Flyers, like an Azumarill, like any Charmer, or even other counter users. Every other counter user is just gonna destroy down this Pokemon. So we're gonna take the win against this Giratina, and now we're gonna focus into the next one. So Charizard against Venusaur, not a very good lead for them. So we're gonna force the switch out, which is gonna be Greninja. Pretty interesting. We can go in now with Obstagoon, and here is what I was telling you before. Well, we can simply farm down anything on Ultra League. This Greninja is not gonna be completely powered up, but it doesn't make any difference, because still we can go ahead and do some severe work with our Obstagoon on the next Pokemon, which is gonna be the return of the Venusaur. So debuffing this Pokemon by a lot. This was gonna be I think my first battle on any format, and I thought at that point that Obstruct lowers the attack stat, not the defense stat. So excuse me for that, but that's why I do what I do in a while. Anyways, we're gonna get hit by a move because the pressure from Obstagoon is gonna be absolutely amazing, especially after the debuffs, and that's why I let this Sludge Bomb come through, because I thought I was debuffing their attack stat. That was not happening. So they have at the back a Charmer, and things aren't looking that great for us. We have to bait here. Hopefully we do it successfully, and now we have to land this Blast Burn right on the edge. We managed to do that. This is gonna draw a shield or do heavy damage, and we are gonna go ahead and completely farm down. Keep in mind that they still have a Venusaur at the back, meaning that we cannot afford using another shield. We can farm down, and here comes now the double Hydro Cannon to close this match. So Obstagoon, I can say that it helped a lot on this match with Obstruct. I think that with Night Slash perhaps we could have had a better matchup overall, but still seems like a very good choice, because Venusaur is a bot counter, Sylveon is a bot counter, and we managed to make a good use out of this team with our Obstagoon. So on the next one, the final one, trainers, we're having a spicy Sceptile coming in, and I think this is gonna be a full spicy team. Let's see together. I don't remember correctly. So my opponent here will block my Obstruct, which is a very good thing for me, because now I can go ahead with that cross chop and deal almost lethal damage, because cross chop is not gonna be the best move around, even with the debuff doesn't knock out the already glassy Sceptile, and they have an Arcanine. The reason I'm showcasing a battle like this with generally bad picks for Ultra League is because I want to show you that Obstagoon is gonna have a very wide variety of good Pokemon to counter on Ultra League. So we're gonna go now with the cross up, and look how crazy this Pokemon is. Took out a Sceptile, took out an Arcanine, and we still do a lot of work against the Pokemon like Giratina. We have buffed up our defense so much that we can still take one Dragon Claw even at this range. My opponent does an amazing catch on the Sceptile, but still doesn't make a lot of sense because we can underchance that Obstruct and then farm down with our Talonflame. So Talonflame is gonna be on a very good spot to sweep from here, and we still have Gengar. But anyways, that is all, trainers. We're not gonna see any more Obstagoon on this video. So how did you find Obstagoon? Did you enjoy your community day? Because I did. That was a blast, okay? So many shinies, so many Stardust, and yeah, it was a pretty interesting idea to go with a no-ghost community day move of Zigzagoon, Galarian Zigzagoon, a pretty nice Pokemon to have and a cool shiny overall. So that's all, trainers. Write down in the comments how you found Obstagoon, how you spend your time in your community days, and if you're gonna use Obstruct in Ultra, Summer Cup, or even Great League with your Obstagoon. So that's all, trainers. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, because videos like this are not easy to make. And with that said, farewell to you, trainers, and I hope to see you all into the next one. Take care, everyone.